This is Blackice TV, Mr. Terry Riggs speaking in front of one of our beautiful queens who has come all the way from Africa, from America, from Brazil. I don't know how many places she's come from. She's just always on a plane.
True.
So now she wants to give her introduction of who she is and what she's about, and able to tell you what we're going to do on this deluxual weekend.
Hello, greetings to everyone in the UK. I'm Queen DIAMBI Mwata Mukalenga Mukaji Wankashama of the Bakwaluntu people. So I'm Queen of the Order of the Leopard of the Bakwaluntu people, who are part of the Luba tribe of Congo and abroad, because we are all over Africa, especially in Southern Africa, in Zambia, Angola, Namibia, and South Africa as well. So anyway, I'm here in the UK to do a couple of events this coming weekend. I'm going to be part of the African Fashion Week, London 2019. I was there last year and I'm presenting a collection also this year. So please come. It's a 2-day event. It starts on Friday, and then we have my event will be on Saturday. I will also be speaking on fashion and in Africa, fashion industry in Africa, and also talking about sustainable development goals, when it concerns to fashion industry. And then you will see my beautiful collection. It's really, really extraordinary this year. I think that the team in Congo went amazingly strong. So we have Christian Ville, one of the designers, with me, and then also Didier Vangu. So I want to present the work we have done over the year with the Queen DIAMBI collection. So this is going to be the event, of the highlight event, and then we're going to have an event on Sunday. So it's the Sankofa conference. It's actually 2 events in one day. Absolutely amazing. We're going to have a healing, experience, a healing ceremony for all people of African descent, from the recent to ancient diaspora together. We're going to be there at the Cleopatra's Needle at 2 o'clock. We're going to meet. They're going to be a high priest. They're going to be, all kinds of people from everywhere, from the Caribbeans, from America, from continental Europe, and from continental Africa and beyond. So everybody is welcome to come and rejoice and get to know each other. other, and then have these comforting and strengthening words of power that will be shared. And also we're going to have healing prayers for our ancestors, and also so to propel us, to ask for the energy to propel us for the African Renaissance that's happening now, and to open the path for the beautiful future of Africans and African people over the world, as leaders of the humanity. And after this event in the evening, we will also have the conference, the Sankofa conference, and that will take place at the Abesha restaurant, and it's going to start at 7 p.m. and we're going to have a beautiful discussion about different topics, talking about rites of passage and why is it important for African people to also have some protocol of rites of passage for our youth, female and male, also men. Because men and women, adults, because we have not always reconciled with our traditions, and it's important. And even if we live abroad, and even if we've been away from Africa for many years or centuries, sometimes it's important to still have a ground ourselves into our African tradition and culture. So, and we're going to talk about the foundation, from foundation to nation building, meaning that how can we, put all the efforts that are being made together separately in different parts of the world for the promotion of African prosperity, to connect so that we can build from that, and we can really talk about nation building in that sense, because there's so much efforts being done by African descendants and people in the diaspora and African on the continent, but there's a lack of connectivity, a lack of understanding of even what's going on. So we have to become more aware of what's going on. We have to learn to connect with each other more, and build different platforms we can interact, so that from then on we can put our efforts together and be stronger together. And the next topic is from Africa to the African diaspora, is really a topic that is dear to me, because I am both actually from the continent and also from the diaspora. I lived in many years in Europe, and also many years in the United States, and I grew up in Africa. So I kind of have a feel of what it is to be from the diaspora and also from Africa, because growing up there until I was about 16, and then of course going back often to Congo. And there is such a need to reconcile our identity with all the different African experiences that we have globally. I'm also queen in Brazil. I was crowned in Brazil in March 2019 as the great mother of the African descendant of Brazil. So it was really a great honor to see that how we can, coming from the continent, with the children descendant from the diaspora, the African descendants, we can reunite on the common ground of our culture and heritage, historical heritage. So it's really important to work so that the diaspora work together and learn that we need to build connection, because Africa also depends on the work of the diaspora. Many people can work also in Africa from the diaspora, and we can sustain the efforts that are being made to bring Africa back from the depth of poverty and suffering and the lack of development and so forth. So we have a collective experience that is immense. We have collective resources that are immense. So the diaspora has a really primordial role to play. But again, it's not also a role to play like superior, like we are better than the Africans of the continent. No, the Africans of the continent have also undergone very, very important experience that the combination of both is what takes us out of where we are. So even if we don't go necessarily to Africa, but working towards projects or working in the spectrum that we will contribute, Africa has a lot to give as well. It's not just Africa, give to Africa. Africa has a lot to give in terms of all kinds of things, and not just natural resources, but all kinds of domains of development. So tourism, culture, education, learning about history, world history, the understanding of humanity itself, and then also all kinds of services and skills, amazing skills in different fields. So it's an exchange. We have to really collaborate stronger for an exchange. In the diaspora, there's a need to set a strong identity, and I think that some of the elements are in Africa for that, and also the Africans need to depend on their children to get some benefits. Also we have a new beginning, you know, and an empowering move, meaning that we have to, the healing piece that we're going to do in the beginning of the afternoon is really something to empower ourselves and to see all the different ways we can do it. And for me, one of the most important ways to do the empowerment is to really know thyself, to really know who we are, because we got kind of, our story got lost in translation, because of course it wasn't interesting for the people, the colonizers, to let us explore and know our story. So many things were either lost or distorted in such a way that it always brought us down, or it always put us in a place of low self-esteem. But it's important today to really go back, Sankofa, and go get what was good for us, because for thousands and thousands of years Africa has been the place of the flourishing of all kinds of things. Civilization itself in so many ways has prospered in many ways in many places in Africa, from southern Africa all the way to the Nile, like we say, from the Cape to Cairo. Civilization has prospered for thousands of years before we had a first glimpse of civilization anywhere else in Europe or in other places in the world. So we really have to rekindle that connection, and to know who we come from and who we are and what we have accomplished and what was the contribution that we have made to the world, to the sciences, to the literature, to philosophy, to religion, to all the domain, engineering, to architecture. All this is primordial to understand, and especially the foundation of all that, which is philosophical foundation, our beliefs about the whole and how we are part of the whole and how the whole is part of us. So there's so much to do to regain strength, and also to look at our experience not as something that brings us down, but rather something that has enabled us to collect an experience that is really an experience that can help us thrive in the future. So please come. You know, many of you come to the conference and to this event. It's going to be beautiful. Come to the fashion show, come to that event. And as I don't have much time, but I still want to talk about it, I have a book that's been released. It's Queen DIAMBI, it's Black History activity book. So it's absolutely amazing. It's for children, but we can learn a lot of stuff, and we can also learn how we can help in Africa. And then there's going to be a beautiful conference on October 5th in
Birmingham.
In Birmingham, yes, in Birmingham. I will be there as well, talking and presenting, officially launching the Queen DIAMBI activity book, Black History activity book, along with so many other activity books, historical figures of the continent and of the extracontinental Africa, as I love to call Africa, all over the world. So please, get informed, get information. I'm sure that they will put some kind of like information.
Yeah, we'll put
caption where you can find all this information online, websites and so forth. But I'm so honored and so pleased to be here at the UK. I think the UK African family is amazing, is colorful, is plentiful, is innovative, creative, is strong and beautiful. So I'm very eager to get to know more of you. I'm eager to share with you and really to become part of your family as well. So please come see me.
Yes, and don't forget, there will be Dean Oki and Khadija Ward as big speakers, and we will have Niles and Stella as hosts. So we will be having some music to calm down the tension of what's going to be happening over the day. So it's going to be a blessed and beautiful day. This is Blackice TV, Mr. Riggs, and with our beautiful Queen DIAMBI. And we are out.
We love you, family. Bye.
Big up Blackice TV. I know it's magical for all you on family. Stay rooted, stay. Yeah, big up Blackice.
guys want to know what I do when I'm not running around in planes and going to different countries to talk about Africa and all the good things about the movement of Renaissance of Africa, I watch Blackice TV 7 to get information and I'll be entertained, so please do the same.
Thank you.
Together and we bless each other with our wisdom, knowing that each one of us can make a mighty difference. So as we heal ourselves, we in fact heal all our relations. Thank you, Most High. Thank you to Anto.
This is Blacknificent. Black Activity Book launching. So 2019, yeah, baby, a BB4. Then I'm going to say, yeah, baby, yeah, BB2 minutes back, BB2 minutes, and then BB4, yeah, just say, a BB4, you're found within 2 minutes. I was here a couple of years, I've been pro, Linya Sapro, Black Power. That's the Black Activity Book 2019, powerful one. This is Blacknificent on October 5th, which is the spiritual positive number. And you don't need to miss out. Wherever you are, make sure you get to this vibration. FBB to me. Love you all.
This is Abu Ratata from Galaxy Radio, and I watch, I listen, I observe Blackice TV all the time. Voodoo.
Go on. It's videoing you now.
Blackice TV 7. Stay tuned. Man in the Catholic West, graduation. These for the future. That's going to change the situation that we currently in.
And don't forget the Amsterdam exchange.
Yeah, it's an exchange program. Amsterdam. Stay tuned for more.